everybody and welcome back to our channel. My name is VI20 and thank you so much for coming to join us today on this first episode of 2022. I hope that each and every single one of you have had a fabulous holidays over the Christmas period and welcome to the new year. So in this episode right here today, we'll be showing you on how to do a very basic iron farm without using a zombie to produce the iron goblins. Now you can actually do this quite simply on a server or actually on a single player mode. So we will be getting that sorted. Now if we just very quickly pop over to here so I can actually show you what it looks like. Okay, now I've actually removed the villagers like so, but this is kind of like the build. Of course there's lava and water down there, but this here is not resource intensive at all, and it's actually quite a very simple build to do. Now you do need to be kind of like down near villagers and for this, but that's okay. It's nice and easy to get it sorted. So what we do need to do here is that we're needing to do a 7x3 and by a 3 down. I will be showing on how to build that there on another episode, but that is really quite a simple sugarcane farm, which is quite good, but you do need iron and etc to do that anyway. So this is why I wanted to show you this simple iron farm. So you need to make sure that you've got a space for a 7x3 area. Now what this 7x3 area is got to consist of is literally a 1, 2 and 3, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2 and 3, and this here is actually going to be your first initial part, and you do need to dig down by 3 as well, so it does need to be 3 deep. Now with this farm, and you can actually produce iron quite easily if you are wanting to do that, and of course here, if I got this right, we do need to have a copper or a simple upper coming down, but we're going to be using 2 in this one. So if you've actually got 5 uppers, then you can easily get this done, but I am actually going to be moving this over just by 1 more to here, so then we can get this built up a lot more easier, and make sure that you've actually got like a little area for you to do your AFKing for this, because AFKing on this here is going to be quite valuable for the design of it. Now what we do needing to do first, we needing to place in our chest. So first of all, let's go and get our chest straight away, so then we can get this sorted. So let's get off there. I'm just going to dig into this section here for a moment so we can place these chests down. Okay, just like that. So we've now got a chest area there, which is quite a simple thing, and then you can now place your upper straight into there. So we've actually got 1 upper there. You can get away with just placing 1 if you're wanting to, or placing 2. That's okay, but that will go directly into the chest and you can still open it anyway. So what we will then do, we will now first of all start into placing these signs. So if you don't know how to do placement of signs fully, just press a couch down so that you like moving slowly. I can't speak today. And literally what we're going to be doing is that we are going to be placing all these signs going across. Now this is going to be 7 by 3, so you do need to have 21 signs. Now the only reason why that you're needing these signs is that we will be placing lava on top, and the lava will not burn these signs at all. Now what you're needing to do is to place 1 bucket of water in the opposite corner. So over here, we are actually at the opposite side here to the upper, and we then need to place 1 bucket of water, and then it will go round the upper here, and that's a good thing. So here, second row in the middle, you need to place 1 bucket of lava, then a second bucket of lava. So you do need to have 2 buckets of lava for this. Now in the middle, okay, we are going to be then using a more central point base, so we don't really need the lava right now. So you can actually do this with like a temporary block, and we then needing to go up 9. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then up on the 10th, okay, I'm just going to remove these here. You're needing to do a 5 by 5 area facing that way. So you're not covering up the lava, but you're doing it on the opposite side. Now that's 1, 2, and 3. Then 2 more on this side. From this middle point, it's then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you could have gone back for them picked in the middle section. That's perfectly fine. And what this would then do is this will then give you the base for the bed. So let's just grab a bed very quickly. Okay, we're just going to get just a random bed. No, we don't need a stopper no more. That's fine. But what you will need to do is you will need to make sure that you've got carrots, because you will only need 2 villagers to start this farm off. So you will need the carrots for breeding, because using the mechanics of Minecraft, that you will need to have 5 villagers to produce a iron golem. And this is the fun part. This is trying to get your villagers over to here. So make sure that you build it 3 high, because the villagers will be standing on the bed and they like to jump. So make sure that you've actually got 3 high of your glass for this. And what I like to do for this, I just like to put a little torch on each of these middle section windows, because it looks a bit nicer and it makes it look like a cage, which is nice. I must admit, the villagers do not have a good time in Minecraft, I can tell you. So I'm not going to be using carrots for this one, but you do need to allow the villagers to sleep, because due to the mechanics of this, is this a fence? Yeah. So due to the mechanics, you need to allow the villagers to sleep at night for them to wake up in the morning to then get a iron golem. Now if you do this kind of build, make sure it's more than 100 blocks away from the village, and this would actually allow you to do what you're needing to do successfully without having issues of golems spawning elsewhere. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing this side kind of build like that, okay, what you can do is use these basic temporary blocks going along, and you can actually do it with a fencing as well, but I always use one just to start it off, and then I put that one there too far. Okay, so then get rid of these here, making sure you've got the gate open, so it doesn't matter if it's facing out that way or if it's facing that way. So this here, they would only really spawn golems during the day, and that's fine, so don't worry yourself if it's going to be a bit difficult. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so we're needing to move this into the night time soon. So when you do this, make sure you've got a water source. So how that is, it's one block here, miss one here, makes a water source here. Do the same thing here to make a water source here, then just do one final one there. Okay, and that will be perfectly fine. So let's move this into the night time. So time set day on the commands here. Sorry, I meant night time. So time set night. Okay, so get these villagers sleeping straight away. Right, so now they've actually slept. Okay, there we go. So we got our first golem. So it'll fall down and it will then get pushed by the water. The only reason why that we've actually got this here is just that you can actually do a AFK area. So there we go. And so you should be able to get enough iron golems coming through on a per in-game daytime up to around about 9, possibly 10 golems on a daytime setting on the in-game. So you should be able to get enough iron just to really start kicking off your build. Now, the only reason why that I'm saying do this soon is that you've got your upper there, which would take 5 iron already. And then if we just get a crafting table very quickly. All right, so there we go. So if we just then place like a crafting table down, you can do a furnace down here, and you can do whatever. So let's then check out through rails. Old tracks, is it? I can't think what they're called right now. Yeah, so let's just... So for your rails, you do need 6 iron and 1 wood. Now, you can actually use the boat if you're wanting to, or you can actually use a very simple base of, if you're wanting to use a boat, for instance, right, and if you haven't got a necessary place, whatever you do, make sure that you build this about the same level as your village is going to be at, or just a little bit lower. Because what you can do with the boats, you can actually get the villagers in the boat and actually transfer them over without having to worry about using all the necessary format of using like railways and railway carts and stuff like that. So this really does really quite help with that. And it's actually quite perfect to have this here because we've got the sugarcane farm here. So this one is a bit later on in game when you can get your piston sorted. But this is actually quite a really good way of doing it. So what I would do a AFK session for the next 4 hours. What the 4 hour period is actually really representing is 24 hours in, of course, real life. And this will actually produce equivalent to 3 in-game days, which is normally 20 minutes. 10 minutes for daytime, 10 minutes for night. So you can actually go through 3 in-game days within a hour period. So based on that, 24 hours is broken down just for daytime, because these golems will only produce during the day. So you do need to sleep at night, or you can do a full AFK session for 24 hours, come back, then check the chest out. Okay, and that is perfectly fine. You can do that. So 4 hours, what I'm going to be doing is equivalent just the daytime and for in-game days. So I'm going to remove everything out of the chest, and I'm actually going to do a full 4 hours of AFK with sleeping as well, just to produce enough iron to show you what you can actually get from 24 hours of AFK. And then I would then break that down to a 1 hour period on average to what you can actually get. So this is going to be a more of a proper indication to what you can actually do with this kind of build. So I will see you very shortly. I'm going to do 4 hours of AFK just to get this sorted out, to sleep and etc. So I will be back soon, and thank you very much, and we see you in a moment. Bye. So after 4 hours, we have been literally sleeping and not sleeping and etc. And it's like, don't look crazy. So yeah, so let's just have a look at what you can actually get. So I'm not taking into consideration with poppies, I'm just looking at the iron ingots. So like I said, for 4 hours, what I've done with sleep is equivalent to 3 in-game days per hour for 24 hours. So these first 2 chests here is equivalent to 24 hours, and this end one here is actually for per hour for 3 in-game days. So you can actually get 14 stacks of iron plus 25. So that is equivalent to a 24-hour AFK session if you wasn't going to sleep, or 4 hours if you were going to sleep. So that actually equates to 1 stack plus 35 of the iron blocks. So altogether of 95 blocks of iron plus 5 iron ingots. That is equivalent to this here, which is quite astonishing. So you've actually got altogether of 640 plus these here, so you're looking about 914 or something daft of the iron ingots. So for per hour, equivalent to 1 hour of AFKing, which is 3 days equivalent, you can actually do 64, so a full stack, or 64 plus 50, so 114 iron, and that actually equates to 12 blocks of iron to 6 iron ingots. So this is not one of the most productive ones, but it's actually quite good considering that is only a small thing, and people can actually build this early in game just with 2 buckets of lava and 1 bucket of water if you're happy to go up and down for it, and then try and find carrots or get 5 villagers for this. So there is actually other ways, by the way, in that to get your villagers by using a workstation, getting them to attach to the workstation, and then literally breaking it and moving it and trying to get them up there with like all 5 if you can. But that's a bit of a pain sometimes to do. So do keep that in mind when you actually do this kind of build. So even though that, yes, this is a very low producing iron farm, you can actually dot these around so easily. Yes, you will need, like I said, 5 iron for your upper, and then 6 iron initially for your buckets as well, possibly 9 or 12 iron. So yes, you will need up to 17 pieces of iron. That can easily be found if you know where to look for that, and then trying to find a village as well for your villagers. So it can easily be done for that basis, and it's that simple. You just need 10 building blocks, 5 beds, 5 villagers, all together of 17 fences, 5 gates, 2 lava, 1 water, 21 of your signs, maybe a pickaxe and a shovel depending whereabouts you're actually doing it. And then you do need to have approximately of up to 30 pieces of glass to help you with that. And then of course you've got your crafting table and a bed for down in the AFK area if you're wanting to do that with torches. So this is literally just a basic build. It's very, very simple for beginning game, and this is literally perfect. Now I've actually built this on my own server, okay, which is a public server, which I've opened up to some of the Discord servers what I'm actually with, and I've actually built this on there to try and help with possible lag for later down the line with redstone and etc. So this is actually like I said, it's such an easy build to do, and it shouldn't really take too long to find all the necessary resources. Now if you really wanted to go one step further, I am pretty much sure that you can do this a lot higher and let the golem die just with full damage, but you do need to be more than like 50 blocks high for that. So it just really all depends whereabouts you actually spawn. So when you do spawn into a new world and you have got a village nearby and lava, and there's potentially there for iron as well, do use it, okay? Go and get them and build an iron farm straight away, so then you don't have to worry about trying to find iron too quickly. But you do need to be in the render distance for it to work. That is the only thing. So if you got like a build going on, like a animal pens to build, just make sure that it's built within render distance. Like I said, within like a 100 block area, or ideally within a 26 block area. So just make sure that it is actually in the render distance for Minecraft render, just to make sure it's working constantly while you're there. And this is actually quite perfect for inside of a big house as well, if you're wanting that. So yeah, again, thank you so much on that to each and every single one of you for coming to join us here on this episode. And yet again, my name is VI20, and if you're not already done so, please do subscribe down below, turn on the notification bell so you can then be notified when we upload a brand new video. And let's get this video up to 10 likes. And yet again, thank you all. We'll see you later. And as always, from myself to you, it's a ciao ciao for now. Bye everybody. Ow.